What's up, Cowboy Nation? This your boy Cole with Cole Cowboy Sports Report, where I bring you the latest and greatest content of the Dallas Cowboys. And if you're new to this channel, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that notification bell so you know what I'm dropping. So, hey, I appreciate everybody holding it down for me. I've been MIA ever since we lost in the playoffs. Let me tell you something. It took a while for me to adjust how things went down in the playoffs. You know, whenever we started this season, I wasn't really too high on the Cowboys. We didn't do no big moves in free agency. You know, draft was okay. You know what I'm saying? It was good. It actually turned out pretty good because Tyler Smith was a baller, bro. Like, I'm happy about what's you know, how his future is going to be with us. And, you know, whenever Dak had that thumb injury and was out, I was like, you know what? This is a year. This is going to be the down year. We gonna be trash, you know what I'm saying? But we, you know, Cooper Rush stepped up and you know, that came back, and here we are. So as far as the playoffs, I'm happy that we went on ahead and beat the Buccaneers, even though they wasn't really a good team. But yeah, it's still Tom Brady, and Tom Brady was undefeated against us. He was undefeated, you know what I'm saying? So we was able to handle him, take care of that, get a playoff win, and move on to the 49ers, and of course we came short. And then, you know, from that game, this is what brings me to this conversation here. A lot of slanders going towards Dak Prescott. A lot. And another news that I didn't report is Kellen Moore mutually parted ways with Kellen Moore. He's now OC for the Chargers. I'm happy about that because I didn't want Kellen Moore to be our offensive coordinator. I always stated that I felt like he was slowly destroying Dak's career. I've been saying it, man. I was like, Dak Prescott's career is going down with Kellen Moore. You know, they was colleagues, and then, you know, they upgraded him to a coordinator with no experience. And yeah, he was putting up some good numbers when we had a lot of weapons. When in 2018, I believe he was, I don't think he was calling plays at that time. He was like a quarterback's coach at that time. He was a quarterback's coach. Things were going downhill until we got Amari Cooper. Then they went ahead after 2018, you know, we lost in the playoffs. In 2019, you know what I'm saying? That's when Kellen Moore started calling plays. Started off good when we were playing weaker teams. But once we made it to the Saints, that Saints game, people figured out Kellen Moore because he was stealing plays and stuff from Boise. So Sean Payton and them was like, okay, let's go ahead and do our homework on this guy. Oh, he doing these plays? Okay, let's go ahead and study these plays he did in Boise State. They figured it out and shut us down. We wasn't all world. You know what I'm saying? They beat us. And the crazy thing about how they beat us in 2019, the Saints, they didn't even score a touchdown. They beat us with Teddy Bridgewater kicking. They only kicked the ball. They did not score. You know what I'm saying? So Kellen Moore's people are hyping up Kellen Moore as he's like Bill Walsh or, you know what I'm saying, Sean Payton, you know, just a mastermind offensive coordinator when he really wasn't. You know what I'm saying? He was doing that stuff with weaker teams. But when it came to like the dominant teams, playoff teams, you know what I'm saying, like the real upper echelons, he couldn't get the job done. He couldn't get the job done. And with us not having the weapons that we even had, he definitely couldn't get the job done. So a lot of pressure's going down on Dak. Dak did not play good at all. He played great against Tampa, but he just didn't come with his A game against the 49ers. He couldn't get it done. You know what I'm saying? He was looking lost half the time. You know, he was missing reads. You know, he was being inaccurate. You know, he was throwing picks. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of hate's going towards him. A lot of bash is coming from him, from the media, from opposing fans, from his own fan base. You know what I'm saying? Even the people that was riding with Dak started to turn their nose a bit. You know what I'm saying? And I respect it, you know, because hey, we defend you, but you giving us reasons not to defend you. You know what I'm saying? We're running out of excuses for you. This is the time for you to do it. Now, in my opinion of Dak Prescott to me is not an elite quarterback, and that's fine. He don't have to be elite. You know what I'm saying? I always said that Dak needs weapons. When they took his weapon away, which was Amari Cooper, downfall happened. And it's funny because a lot of people were saying that. They were saying that. They was talking to me. I did a lot of live streams with opposing fans, and they all asked about, okay, Dak Prescott ain't going to be as good because he lost Amari Cooper. That's a fair observation. But we can say that, and one thing I always said, we can say that about a lot of other quarterbacks in this league. Quarterbacks that people called elite. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen wasn't as big as he was without Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs definitely upped Josh Allen's numbers. We could say the same thing about Aaron Rodgers. Hell, look at him. He didn't even make the playoffs without Devontae Adams. You know what I'm saying? You could say it, and let me say this: Jalen Hurts has been a good quarterback. Great, you know, he played great. You know what I'm saying? This is a great season for him. He's in the Super Bowl, but what Eagle fans are not going to admit is they'll say, "Oh, well, y'all, we really only just added AJ to the offense." That's a big add. He also has a great offensive line, so he has a supporting cast that helps his game. You know what I'm saying? His scrambling abilities is phenomenal. You know what else helps with his scrambling abilities? His offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to give him those wide margins with his speed to make plays. And that's good for them. That's what they're supposed to do as a team. They're supposed to build everything. Make the job easy for your quarterback, especially when he's on a rookie contract. Now, we can backpedal to Dak Prescott's career. People will tell you that, man, in 2016, Dak had everything he needed. He had everything he needed offensively. Defensively, we were still mediocre. We couldn't, I guarantee if we had the defense we have right now with that team in 2016, man, what? You know what I'm saying? We would have went to the Super Bowl. That's straight up, because the defense, even with 2018, defense, we just never matched tick for tat. Right now, the Eagles are matched tick for tat. They got a great defense. I'm talking about they are stacked on defense. Both sides, both corners are good. They got a decent linebacker crew, but their defensive front is massive. Crazy with that. They got a good safety in the back. You know what I'm saying? So they got a good defense. Great defense. They got one. Their offense is good. They got the best offensive line in football. They got some good running backs. I like the way how they use all three of them. Their quarterback is a scrambler. They got good wide receivers. They got 2 number 1 wide receivers on each side. They're stacked. You know what I'm saying? That's how you make a run at a championship. And they made their moves. They made some good draft moves, the Eagles, and free agency. One thing Cowboys don't do, they don't attack free agency and get those guys. They don't take risks and be like, hey, let me go ahead and we'll give you this first. And, we ready to win now. We don't got time for developing a wide receiver at this moment. If y'all want our number 1 pick, here our number 1 pick, and we'll give you a third too. You know what I'm saying? Let's get AJ Brown. That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? You got to take risk in this league. If you know that the guy's good, go out there and get him. You know what I'm saying? Will and deal. The Cowboys front office don't know how to will and deal and make moves in free agency and in the draft when it comes to trades. They don't. They never have. They want to value their picks. Like, fuck that. You know what I'm saying? Get somebody in free agency. Trade for somebody. It's teams out here that's trying to rebuild. They're trying to rebuild their team. They need draft picks. They tried this guy. He's not working for them. Maybe he'll work for you. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully our front office can do stuff like that, because with Dak Prescott, with him not being elite, he's the type of quarterback that you have to surround talent around. We cannot cut Dak Prescott. We cannot trade Dak Prescott. We got to roll with him. You know what I'm saying? This is where we at. And I'm the biggest Dak Prescott fan ever. I ride for Dak. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's fair of the criticism he gets, the hate he gets. You know what I'm saying? That it's sickening to me because at the end of the day, he's a human being. No matter what. I hate when people bring up the amount of money he make. He's not even the highest paid quarterback in this league. Geno Smith, market and value price is $39 million. He only had one good season. He's been a journeyman quarterback for years. Dak Prescott is making $40 million. You got quarterbacks that makes way more money and wasn't even in the playoffs this year. Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, you got Derek Carr. You know what I'm saying? Like all these guys, who else got more money than Dak that haven't made the playoffs? Well, Patrick Mahomes made, but he in the Super Bowl, so I'm excluding Patrick Mahomes out. Did I say Aaron Rodgers? Yeah, these guys, they didn't even make the playoffs, and they making more money than Dak. Nobody brings up their money, man. Nobody brings up their money, but they bring up Dak Prescott's money like he's the highest paid quarterback in the league. It's ridiculous at this moment. It really is, and he's gonna get an extension. We're gonna extend him. People feel like we shouldn't extend him, but why would you wanna? At this point, there's no more guaranteed money, so his cap hit will be hard anyway. So you gotta extend him. You gotta extend that. You can't cut him. You gonna eat all that money? That's a lot of money to eat. You know what I'm saying? The Eagles did it though, but we can't be like, oh, the Eagles did it, so we do it. They don't work that way. Situations are so different these days. Now, what I will say the Cowboys should do, this is what I think the Cowboys should do. The Cowboys should go out there and draft a quarterback in the draft. One that could be competitive. Dak Prescott needs competition. They don't need to just bring some random dude that they know they ain't gonna do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like a Cooper Rush, like a Garrett Gilbert. You know what I'm saying? Like a Ben DiNucci. They don't need to do that. They need to go out and get somebody that can really fight for Dak Prescott's job. You know what I'm saying? Dak Prescott been comfortable, man. And, he's our franchise quarterback. I believe that he's going to bounce back next year and be a better quarterback. I believe he'll be better on the interceptions. Like, he won't probably throw as many as he did this year for sure. But, you know what I'm saying? With that being said, I just feel like he'll be better, but he needs competition. He needs heat. He needs to seek help, too. Jalen Hurts went out, seek help for Tom House, improved his game. Look at him now. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you got to be humble. And one thing I realized about Dak Prescott, I never heard of a script of him seeking help, reaching out to Kurt Warner or Tom Brady or hell, even Troy Aikman. Like, I never seen things of him working with them to see if he can improve his game. Never. I want to see that out of Dak because I feel like he been doing things his way and it's just not exceeding him as much. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how this gonna wrap, how this gonna be. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we'll be fine. Hopefully next year, this coming up off season, we make moves in the free agency because hell, we need guys, man. We can't go into the season like we did last year. You know what I'm saying? Hoping and believing we can rely on cheap guys that ain't did shit. You know what I'm saying? So let's see how it goes. Y'all be easy. I appreciate everybody, all the subscribers. I ain't gonna lie. I thought y'all was gonna be gone. I didn't do a video and I was expecting to lose subscribers and y'all stood with me and y'all didn't even unsubscribe. So I appreciate that. I really do. Y'all have a wonderful day. Go Cowboys.